So, but it's wonderful to see all of you young people here. Of course, I see the senior ones. No, I shouldn't say senior ones, but mature ones here too. But thank you for being here. And as Sujeev says, he's talking about heritage, real. And what does heritage mean? People think that heritage is just the buildings around you. But heritage for a country is the most important thing. And the heritage means not only man-made buildings and goods, but nature, the surroundings, the environment, the culture, as well as the man-made things. These are the heritage of any country. A country is known by its heritage. It's as Nepal is known Mount Everest. That is a heritage of Nepal. So we should think of heritage and work on the heritage. Sujeev said, how did Dwarikas come to be? Well, number one, the Dwarikas was built because, as he said, we needed funds. We needed money. My husband was picking up all these old antiques, with antique wood carvings, which were being burnt, which were being cut, which were being thrown around. Nobody thought it was interesting. When we started, they thought that the carvings, the exquisite carvings, were useless. And I should tell you the story, I'm sure you've read it. The first thing that happened was my husband walking early in the morning down Vasantapur, and he saw two carpenters. It was a cold morning with mist, with fog, and there were these two carpenters with a clay bowl, muckal, with fire, and they had two carved pillars like those there. And what they were doing was they were cutting off the carvings and putting it into the fire to burn. So he said, what are you doing? He was very young. He didn't understand what this. He said, what are you doing? And they said, oh, we're taking the wood out to make your frames. For them, the beautiful carving was not wood. Because in those days, that was the perception. They forgot what was this. Nobody even was interested in that. So this is how it started, because we needed all this. He bought these, he would give them new wood, he would buy things from everywhere, bring them. Now just buying them and keeping them is nothing. We need to restore them, to bring them back into their old shape or old form. So we needed carvers. And as I said, the carvers were dying down because there was no need for carvers. So we had to find a master carver, bring him here, and together with him we had to hire young boys, young people, to be with him, to be his helpers and to become apprentices. And that's, we started a workshop. Now, to run the workshop, we needed money. Where's the money to come from? So talking to different people who visited us, who we knew, said, well, why don't you build buildings? My husband had built a building which used to be our cowshed in this ground. It's still there. And somebody asked him to build a room for her to write her thesis. So he had built one on top of the cowshed. So people came and said, why did you build like that? Because he had used old windows for it. And that started the whole thing. Slowly, it was not easy. It was not something that you would get in a plate easily. And it was very hard work. One by one, buildings came. My house went, 2 rooms came, one on top of the other. On top of our garage, we had 3 rooms. That's how we started. And slowly, now you see this. So the purpose of this whole project, I still call it a project. It's not a business, it's a project. Is restoration and preservation of our man-made heritage. And this is so important. And to the young people, sorry Sujeev, I'm going to take a little more time. To the young people I would like to say, and also to the parents, you send your children out for education. And I was talking to someone yesterday morning, and the person said, oh, my son is in US, but I don't want him to come back, because it's not nothing to do here. You will come here and get frustrated. Worry, young people, you are in a country which is virgin. We haven't had things done. The virgin country is there for you, and what you do, sky is the limit. So you have to do it. Don't follow everyone. It has to be innovative. If we had followed, this wouldn't have happened, because nobody was doing it at that time. But now you see, we love people to copy. But to the young people, I'd like to say, start on your own. Start something small. Don't start with a huge thing, because you might flop, because it's something new, innovative that you do.